We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Garrett Lotta, file number 20-03387 SM. Council appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacey appearing on behalf of the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Brendan DeC on behalf of Mr. Garrett Latta. He's actually out in the hallway. I just wanted to address the court with regards to a scheduling of today.
Okay.
It's my understanding that the court obviously has a very full docket, and that we will be beginning the trial, I believe, after the docket. Is that my understanding?
Jury gets called in at 9 o'clock, so once we can get to a point where we can impanel the jury, we'll be moving forward with the jury. Everything else will be reset.
Okay, then I will have him wait around.
Your Honor, I do have
You said you would
one.
have what? I didn't hear what you said.
I was just saying that I will have him wait around then.
Well, he has to wait around anyway. If he leaves, he'll get a bench warrant if I'm ready to go and he's not here. He's not free to roam around.
I
So I
understand
can't
that,
give
Your
you
Honor.
time. I can't give you a time of when we're gonna start. It's just whenever we're ready to run that and panel it, he's expected to be here.
Which is exactly the reason why I wanted to address the court and see what the itinerary was. So that's the reason why he's here. We'll be
Indeed.
ready to proceed forward.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I do have one preliminary matter.
Yeah.
When I was calling for witnesses in the hallway, there was brought to my attention that apparently the defense has brought a witness with them today. I don't know who that person is. It was never disclosed to my office. But further, I discussed with both the victim that was present as well as the officer who arrived on the scene, and there was no third party present at the time of the incident. So I would be asking that the court ask the defense attorney to disclose that person's name and what their involvement is, because apparently there was no one else present. It would just be the defendant and the witness that were present. So only two available. for
I'm more than
testimony.
happy to respond, Your Honor. We've submitted 2 final pretrial statements, both of which listed Nick Friedley on there. I've had him subpoenaed since the first time that this was set for trial. This actually predates even Miss Lacey. So Mr. Friedley has been under subpoena for quite some time. We just did disclose this a while ago. Mr. Friedley is, well, succinctly put, the individual who picked up Mr. Garrett Latta from the jail the following day and witnessed his injuries.
And Your Honor, I would argue, I do see now that there is a defense witness portion in the lengthy pretrial statement. I, again, would argue to the court that he was not present at the time of the incident. Defense counsel has submitted photographs of those injuries, and Mr. Latta is welcome to take the stand and testify to those injuries by himself. But he was not present at the time of the incident, and he would, I would argue that he would not be relevant or able to give testimony with regards to the actual incident itself.
Okay.
If I may respond, Your Honor.
Yes, please.
He's incredibly relevant to this, given the fact that the police, their witnesses, the police indicate that they did not see any injuries. This is, if anything, to rebut the police's testimony. And second of all, it is to demonstrate that Mr. Garrett Latta did in fact have any injuries. Mr. Latta does not have an obligation to take a stand, unlike what the people presume. He doesn't have an obligation to take a stand. He can if he wants to, but he doesn't have to. So therefore, that's the reason why we have an independent witness to testify as to what his injuries are.
Understandable. That was my position as well as it relates to the statement that he could take the stand. He has an absolute right to remain silent. And he does not need to waive that right in order to present a defense. As to whether or not this could become relative, I will hold that ruling in advance until we get into the case, because I really don't know what the evidence is, and I can't speak to whether or not it will be relevant at this point or not. And if it becomes issue when it's time for the prosecution to rest, then you can re-raise that motion and we can address it again then. But the court is aware, and we addressed the fact that it was someone that was previously subpoenaed, or you were made aware, at least the prosecution was, whether it was you or the previous prosecutor on this matter. I know this matter has been pending for quite some time. Looks like since 2020. So nonetheless, we will move forward with the remaining portions of our docket. I will have the 1:30 portion reset. Usually the jury gets here around 10:30, 11. So we should be ready to go around that time. Any additional preliminary matters?
None, Your Honor.
Nothing for me. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. Final Kristen, you said you have no.
Yes, ma'am.
Was anybody else needed to go on the record for a final return?
Your Honor, only one, would probably be Rodney Morgan, if he goes here this morning, again.
You said Morgan Fields up here?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do a return for Morgan. What's going on with Edwards? That was an hour?
Back to you.
That's what's here. Benchmark, please. What's that? Oh. I didn't change the date. Must have the wrong date on them.
Please don't count this.
Is it juicy? So we'll let it go. You like
Yeah.
why?
Yes, it is.
You already let administration know.
That's all we have.
Okay, sounds good.
So
They're
you
excited.
do Officer Hugh Gomez and Joe Lee.
Mhm.
I think there's